be as sleek and smooth as you look, my guy. We won't be there, but you know.
Not anytime
We
soon.
try.
Yeah.
Putting in work.
No doubt.
Yeah, like you said, 100 subs, dude.
Real
Oh, dude, we're getting so
Huge.
big. I mean, 100 subs. I
Gigantic,
mean,
bro.
we're gonna forget about you people soon.
Bro,
You know
that
what
was
I'm
the thing that I was like, damn. I know he said he was gonna have me back on, but now that they're triple digits, like,
Yeah.
they're looking at bigger guests for
saying?
sure.
Dude, I had to
you know
pull
what I'm
some
saying?
strings. This is a favor to somebody.
Yeah.
This is
You know what I'm
is
saying?
it really?
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
Is that why you
pull
kept-
your guy on, I guess.
Is that why you kept texting him to like keep it in
I
there?
was
That's
trying
why
to-
you kept
Bro, I was
texting.
just trying to stay fresh.
Just
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
make sure you're still in his head.
You're like,
you know?
hey, you fucking idiot. And I was like,
Oh, he's still here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. I respect it, actually. Like, I knew you guys were going to blow up at some point. I was telling Josh that last night. Josh was like, damn, you're going back on? He's like, they need to fucking have me back on. I was like, hey, dog,
Hell yeah.
don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I mean, it's a waiting list, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
We got people lined up at the door
He
right
like
now.
looked at Josh. He's like, "You gotta go through me, dog." You're flexing on me.
It don't work like that,
Oh,
player.
Yeah, no. It's different, bro.
Y'all some scary fucking dudes, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
Bro, yeah, dude.
Dude, I feel like just in this area, you know what I'm saying? That's you say that, but like I'm so
Well, I'm only in this area.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I've never been not in this area.
Yeah, I
So
got
here's
you.
the thing.
You're in
I
our
got you.
proximity.
So-
You're scary,
what's
dude.
the what's the furthest away you've competed?
Atlanta?
Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm getting super fucking into like the idea of going outside of here. I feel like I've been competing in a bubble, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've done Atlanta. I've done like Jacksonville, but I haven't gone to like Texas. I want to go to Texas and see what the fuck's going on out there.
Yeah,
with
Texas
the sea,
seems
you know what I'm
dope.
saying? Like, I feel like that's the real way to see whether what you're doing is legit or not.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not to shit on other gyms around here, but you know what I'm saying? Like I fought the same guys like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
It's like I want to go see what these other motherfuckers are about.
Yeah, and like the cool thing about competing on such a hub of a place like Texas, especially right now with like it being one of the only other places that is really able to do things, is that you're competing against guys you've never seen. So you literally are gonna have to be on the fly, figuring out their games.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not like you're gonna see, oh, Chad's at this competition. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I know Chad's game. I just gotta avoid this.
Well, Texas
It's like
is
you
also-
don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like such an exciting feeling, you know?
I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in Texas too right now, right? I mean, like gyms are popping up fucking everywhere, and
Yeah,
people are starting
the
to
DDS
get.
guys are all moving there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
They've split. And
They
now,
split and then they all just moved to the same place.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's gonna be the hub though, for
Yeah.
sure. Like I'm sure it was already. I've never trained or anything out there. But fuck, dude. Like think about the amount of gyms that are in Austin alone,
Dude,
now, dude.
Anything in, like,
Or just
Shit's
yeah.
just
Texas
blowing
in
up
general
Texas
is
and-
blowing the fuck
Texas.
up.
Yeah.
Like, comedy's blowing up in
big-
Texas right now. Gyms. Like, I see all sorts of new restaurants blowing up. Like,
For sure.
but I'm not seeing that same thing in Florida. I think it's because we're just a little too
Bro.
strange.
I mean, yeah, it's
You know what
Florida,
I'm saying?
dude.
People like
We got
th-
so much baggage
Texas is
with us,
cool,
man.
and we can move around the crazies. But like Florida,
Yeah.
we have a man.
We have
We
baggage,
have a
bro.
natural or unnatural creature
Yeah.
as our mascot.
Yeah.
The Florida man,
Yeah, yeah.
Florida man, dude.
dude. That's not a myth,
That shit's
bro.
real, dude.
He's out there. He's in each
I've
one
met
of us.
I met a couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I know a couple of them, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too much shit going on here for us to blow up like that.
That's honestly not a bad thing, dog.
Yeah.
They can fucking have all that because that does not only come with the good, bro. That comes with all the fucking people that are tired of California that are gonna move to Texas to fuck it up, boy.
Yeah. I wonder how that's gonna play out because
Shit, it's happening right
Texas
now.
is
Exactly
a
how it's
different
playing out.
beast, bro.
Yeah.
I've never been, but everybody I know that's gone,
Listen,
it's gorgeous, but it's also a billion degrees.
it's different.
Like-
It's different. I feel like you're not really gonna start hitting the like hardcore Texas motherfuckers until you get enough people where you're starting to spread out of like Austin and shit like that, and you start
like outside of
kinda-
the city limits.
start
you
getting
mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Until you start until you start getting into that kind of shit.
You just
and
you're outside the
everybody
city
walks around in
limits and
cowboy
you-
boots.
Yeah, you start to hear somebody whistle at you when you're in the
Yeah.
wrong place. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
hey man, come
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
All right.
That's when
Yeah,
shit
you
starts to hit the
fucked
fan,
up.
dude.
Yeah. You just see people with lights all over their truck for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, dude, We get it.
Nothing
dude.
but trucks.
Yeah, trucks. You just see racks in their fucking truck. Even their cars look like trucks.
Yeah.
Just for no reason.
For sure.
Marquees lifted.
Yeah, every truck has a dog in it.
In the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
And that dog ain't going nowhere either.
Nope.
At all. It just lives there.
Yeah.
It lives there,
Yeah.
dude.
Doesn't
And
matter.
it's happy with it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I seen a dog. I was driving by this dude with a truck, and the dog had the window down, but he had his paw on the window, and then his other paw on the fucking rearview mirror or side mirror. Just like
What the
looked like he was
fuck?
about to jump, but
that
he was
shit
just chilling.
scares the fuck out
Like
of me, dude.
this is where I'm at, dude. What's
yeah.
up?
He's like, nah, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
My dog's dumb as fuck, dude. My dog will be out that window so quick.
Same, dude. I gotta keep
I
it
can't
rolled
do
up.
that.
Dude, I think it's like
can't do that.
dogs when they're in the back of a truck or out the window are like kids. Like I never thought I could fall out. Like that
Yeah,
just wasn't
it
a
doesn't
real
cross your
Did you
mind.
fall out?
It doesn't cross your mind.
Dude, I fell out. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
found out you could fall out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You open
fell
that
out real
lever,
hard.
that door opens real fucking quick,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, like and especially if you're playing on the outside
Oh,
of the
yeah.
tailgate, you just like because when it drops, you're already gripped in the handle.
Yeah, you're
So
putting
when it weight,
yeah.
it
I don't know if
just
you know how.
slings you.
I don't know if you know how gravity works.
Yeah. Also, my fingers were caught, dude. I mean, we weren't going fast. It was only like 10 miles an hour, but like concrete hurts.
you got yeeted for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, I just felt yeet. Just boom.
Slammed, son.
It's like, damn, dude. Yeah, man. So you have a competition coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I jumped in the Copa.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was it's the same thing. I wish more people would compete around here.
Yeah.
But in order to stay active, like even if it's 1 or 2 matches, I think I have one in the weight bracket and then 2 in the absolute, 3 in the
Yeah.
absolute. It's like you gotta do these little tournaments, man. It's the only way to stay active competing around here.
And it's also hard because like Pensacola is such a small, and I say Pensacola because a lot of them have been Pensacola or like Fort Walton-ish area,
Yeah.
but more in Pensacola than we've probably ever had. And it's like such a small pool of talent. Like you are going to go against the same guys over and over and over again. And then it's going to be like, okay, cool.
What now?
Like say you're dominating them people, you're not going to want to do it again. Say the people are getting dominated by you, they're not going to want to do it
Yeah,
again. Cause they're
100%.
like, cool, that dude's just going to wreck me. Like,
Yeah.
what am I learning here?
Yeah.
Like I was
like
talking to a
burnt
few
out.
people recently that aren't going to compete this weekend. And I was just like, what's going on? Like, you know, because it's not a lot of people. So, you know, it's at least good experience. And they're just like, you know, I'm done being embarrassed. And it's like, I get it. But it's like now would be the time, like earlier on in your career, to get the
Get
experience.
that shit out of the way, yeah.
Yeah, and work, like really focus on the things that you were getting got on. Like focus on that part of your game.
Like you think these guys are done competing, period?
No, just like for the time being, they're
I
just
see.
like too many times in a row. But it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't stop shooting your shot.
That's true.
You never score.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
That might be the realest shit I ever said, y'all. Somebody get that tattooed on them.
That's a tough one just because it's like fuck, man. It's like we were talking about before. Like if you go out and you lose a couple basketball games or something like that, like it sucks, especially if you dedicate a lot of time to it and all that.
Yeah.
But if you go out and get just choked the fuck out
Yeah.
like 10 times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeeted.
That shit makes you just think like, damn, dog, maybe this ain't for me.
Yeah,
He's
that
like,
shit
man, I'm
hits
gonna go back to
different, dude.
computer gaming, man. That shit
Yeah,
was way
for
less harder than this.
sure.
Rough.
Yeah. And like, you know, like it's not even that should be an embarrassing thing because it's part of the sport. But at the same time, like you have to fucking call it what it is. And you're getting fucking dominated by somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not always, but like that shit can happen, you know, where you just get your fucking ass beat in front of all your homies and your girlfriend. And it's
Dude, yeah. I mean,
so
Shit hits
I
different.
can definitely understand that, man. That's like the pressure of competing, I think.
it's tough, but it's also like the adrenaline rush of the journey. Like,
That's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah.
That's why like a lot of us actually do it is for that. If there wasn't, the whole thing is like the stakes, right? If there's
Yeah.
no stakes, then the game doesn't mean shit.
yeah.
And that's true from like the bottom all the way to the top when you talk about the highest stakes, like war, like the high that guys get off of being involved in life or death situations in war is the highest high that you can fucking experience, right?
Yeah.
And then it's a spectrum all the way down. And like what we do is it's different. I'm not gonna say it's no different, but
Yeah.
it's on that spectrum. right? Like the high of being in a fucking, call it what you want, a fight or a jiu-jitsu match. Like it's
hand-to-hand
it's
combat.
real, man, because the stakes are high. Because you run the risk of getting slept or getting your limbs broken and all that shit. So
or somebody goes off the fucking handle because you don't know. Like, say you do something they feels dirty and you didn't mean to do it or something, and they just
that's an interesting
Yeah.
concept too. Hey, like thinking about the difference between doing what we do, like in a competition, versus like what that actually looks like. Because in the end, we're training a martial art, right?
Yeah.
I've thought about that often. Like, I feel like people who don't train or people who don't fight or whatever are super quick to like think that in the streets it's just going to be this situation where like we're both going to stand toe to toe and throw a couple punches, and then whoever gets knocked down is going to dust themselves off and we'll be friends. Like, you don't know that, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if somebody says, fuck this, I'm done fighting fair. I got kicked in the face by his friend last time.
Yeah.
I'm going to gouge this motherfucker's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or just fucking boom them on their head, and
100%.
they don't know how to walk again.
100%. Yeah. And how many like videos did you see of that last year during the riots, or just period if you go on World Star Hip Hop, of like one-on-one fights and a guy goes to the ground and just gets domed by some motherfuckers, dude. It's different.
Like, do y'all remember American History X?
Yeah,
where the dude fucking teeth on the curb and just stomped.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That
what
shit.
The fuck was that?
What?
Oh, you
what
never
was
seen
that? Yeah, it was just a
like Edward Norton. Yeah, it was like a dude. You gotta look into it. Just look into it.
Yeah, look into that.
Give me real.
It's some crazy. It's like a not Nazi based film, but this dude's like has Nazi propaganda like instilled into his brain because that's like kind of how he grew up. And in one scene, he has a dude bite the fucking curb, like put his teeth on it, and dude, they like zero in on like the
teeth grinding on the concrete.
ASMR of
and then he just stomps his head.
Yeah, and he just fucking.
That's all real Southern California shit, dude. I mean, that's not a true story, but like.
I'm sure there's something.
Oh, I mean, not that
it's not written based off someone, but
the
situation is
Huntington
real.
Beach in Orange County was like the fucking, especially back in the day during the punk scene when it was real big down there. That was the fucking like skinhead capital of the country, dude. That was where all that shit was cracking off. If you notice, the whole thing takes place in California.
Yeah.
And it's like that. I've talked to a couple of my friends that are older fellas, and they said that's exactly how it was back in the day, dog. He was like, if you went to the pier at Huntington Beach back in like the 80s at night, he's like, it was all skinheads down there.
Yeah.
That's how it was. It was a lot more divided and shit back then.
Yeah, dude.
California wasn't what it was now, dude.
It's crazy that it's 30 years and shit like that has changed so drastically.
Yeah, well, everything, but across the board, right? Like you just don't have these like.
I said changed and not. It's changed, but then there's some things that are like overall lying the same way.
Yeah.
It's just the way it's being performed or done is differently.
I feel like the only thing that's happened is you just seen like society get more sterilized. You know what I'm saying? Like where you don't have these pockets of like gnarly shit where it's like untouched by the cops and by fucking politicians and shit. Like it's all, they've like had this attempt to like root out the, like extreme pieces of society like that where like that shit exists, but they've done that like across the board. Like it's not even specifically with any group of people, I feel like.
But then it's getting bad again in the situation of like Chicago and certain limits within certain cities you can't go into because one, there's not enough police, period. There just isn't. Like there was a documentary, I think it was about Chicago or Detroit, where there's like 90 police for over like millions of people. Yeah. Like covering and not all 90 are on at the same time.
Yeah. No.
So it's like maybe 45 people are on the clock at any given time. And it's like they'll get calls and they're like, I'm sorry, just try to defend yourself. Like, we're not going to make it. I'm sorry. Like
I'm handling this over here.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
That's insane.
So, like...
That's real shit now.
Like,
I mean, that's fucking,
dude, people will say some shit and, like, I can't defend Pensacola too much, but people will say some shit like, I fucking hate living here, but Yeah, but it could be worse, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%.
I'll tell you what, dude. St. Louis has been like that for a minute.
Yeah,
I used to live up
dude.
there, and I used to bounce down there, down in downtown, and it was. I was thinking that the other day. I was like, damn. Everybody thinks shit's just getting bad because they're starting to see it in their city, but like, there's places that have been like this for a minute, bro.
dude, and we're still not even remotely close to that bad.
No, we don't
Thank
have
like to that
shit
bad
here.
you're talking
Thank
about.
God.
We're not remotely close to that.
We don't have
And
shit
people are
here,
like,
bro.
man, I gotta wear a fucking mask to go to Walmart.
That's what I'm saying.
Cool,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah,
the give and take.
It's a
to
lot
it
of
is,
like not having
crazy.
perspective, which is why
Yeah.
I appreciate living down here so much.
Yeah.
Because I've lived in a couple different places and I have the perspective to see like how good it is down here. You know what I'm saying? There's like shit to complain about because people will find shit to complain about anywhere.
Yeah.
But the shit that people complain about here is like a lot of the reasons why I like it here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I was telling him the other day because I was watching like this dude break down like mental health and stuff, and he was talking about like the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how bad that thing is, it's still the worst thing that's ever happened to you individually. So like maybe I go to Walmart and they don't have a TV I want. That's the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Damn,
right?
boy.
But the worst thing that's ever happened to Hilton could be like he lost his whole family in a fire.
Right.
But I'm going to be like feeling like I lost my whole family in a fire because they didn't have a TV. Because I don't understand the perspective or the depths. Like,
Yeah.
he might have
You
felt
haven't hit
something
the
deeper,
level.
but that's my depth is like, oh, they didn't have this TV. It's the worst day ever.
It's the deepest you can
Meanwhile,
get.
I don't know his depth. And, like, I can't feel his perspective because nothing bad has happened to me. Like, that's such a crazy concept. Like, for example, you probably seen crazier shit than me. But my crazy shit to me seems crazy.
Fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
just a few days ago, I was like, I messaged him at work. I was like, dude, a crackhead's at the house. And I'm
at
fucking
work.
with you out.
We're like mid-service, right? Get my dick kicked in. I get a text. He's like, "Bro, crackhead in the front yard." And I was
Yeah.
like, "What is going on?"
In our front yard, dude.
Uh-huh.
Paige pulls up, and she parked exactly where you just parked, right? And she's like, come outside. And so I'm like, cool, she's got groceries or something. She can't lift all the stuff to come in. And I was like, you know, daddy gonna get them. So I go outside, and there's a dude standing at the trash can,
Yeah.
like nodding off, standing up. And he's like this.
Boy slept.
And I'm like at the car, like grabbing her. And I'm like, all right, come inside. And then he goes, oh shit. And he stood straight. He was like, oh shit. And he turned around and he saw me. And then he's like, my bad, man. I didn't mean to cuss. And then he starts walking back the opposite way of where he started walking. And then he started doing circles in the fucking middle of the road. And I'm like, I mean, he be all right.
Yeah,
dude.
like that ain't my yard.
I mean, just nodding off, standing up. That's not the first time that's happened, but that's like the most recent time. So it's like shit can get way worse.
Yeah.
That's just like a small example, but shit like that happens all the time in like cities or places where like Detroit or Chicago where you can't even get a cop to come. Like, if that dude would have attacked us with a knife, I better just fucking defend myself.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
Yeah, you
here,
don't
like,
have
we have the
anybody to
luxury of
call
being
on.
like, can you come snatch this motherfucker up?
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, dude. In a big city, they tell you to get fucked.
Yeah, they're like,
They say, "Oh, there's a homeless guy at your door."
Yeah.
You and everybody else, motherfucker.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You and
no
the rest
shit.
of the city. Yeah, no
Give
shit.
them a sandwich
they're
and push them
everywhere.
off,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, they're everywhere. That's how, dude.
That's
LA.
the city.
Yeah.
Homeless
Welcome to the city.
Yeah.
LA, man. Like that was where I didn't grow up in LA. I grew up on like in the suburbs outside LA, but that was like as soon as we started going down there. And that was like where I got my first exposure to that shit. It's fucking everywhere down there,
Yeah.
dude. Like
can't
bad.
even
We're
imagine.
starting to get weird. Like, I mean, it's not crazy bad here, right? But like going into downtown, they're starting to like rope off areas where it's like just tents. Like they're making their own little.
You're talking
their
about
own
underneath
city.
the interstate?
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm talking
Have
about.
you been
like,
underneath
I
the
seen a
interstate?
little bit of that, yeah.
It's tent city down there,
dude?
dude.
It's our own Skid Row.
Tell you what.
It really is.
That's how it
Like
starts.
that's what it is. Dude.
It is.
That's how
And
it
you know what's
starts.
crazy is that's where they're
That's
like,
where they were supposed to build the skate park.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
So they have a lot of
that.
construction that's fencing in the construction vehicles. So
Yeah.
like bulldozers, fucking trucks, everything. And they've gotten inside the fences. And I think you can't exactly kick them out.
Well,
like-
that's kind of the thing that.
But then it's like, I don't know shit about fucking
once it becomes like a
laws.
problem, cities start to realize that they don't have any laws on the books to like govern that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's not like they might have old laws from like, oh, you're not allowed to camp inside city limits or something like that that they can reference. But like a lot of times they just don't have any answers to it too. And then it's like, where do you send them?
Yeah.
LA was famous because they started sending them. They didn't want them in downtown. They were starting to gentrify downtown. And so they just kept pushing Skid Row further south.
Yeah.
And that was just what they did. They would just like fucking hopscotch these motherfuckers until they were just out of the city limits.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that fucking documentary on Netflix? It's called Wild Wild West, I do believe, or Wild Wild Country.
Yeah.
That's
the
about that
cult?
that cult in California.
Yeah.
So they would ship homeless people by the busload to this place, and I can't even fucking remember.
It
what
was like some
Iowa or something?
crazy ass ranch, and I think it was Montana.
But by the
It was up there.
boatload, because one, it was building their city or little town or whatever they were building, but it was to build that cult. It's like
They were just bringing in homeless people?
Yeah, they were by
would
the
just
truckload.
pick
I mean,
motherfuckers up and
fucking,
just like,
you know, the Greyhound
hey,
buses. They would fill them up and be like,
Well,
"Hey, do you want to be
they're
part of
like,
a family?"
They're like, "Hey, we'll give you food. You'll have a place
Yeah.
to stay,
Yeah.
and
You just have to
know,
abide by our rules. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, what is that? You know, you're getting, you know, you can fucking suck here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like free of charge.
Yeah.
But when I say fucking suck, you
Yeah.
me now.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Dude, and it became like, dude was fucking people. I mean, it's a cult. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But what
Cult-
I'm getting
cult
at
as
is
fuck.
we just need a new cult.
Well,
Right.
We're in a lack of a cult right
You're
now.
saying that there needs to be a cult, like one cult could solve the homeless problem.
do you have a proposal?
I mean, with the right leader,
Yeah.
it could be one
If the
cult.
right leader were to step up.
Yeah.
You got any ideas?
You like
Are you
I
following
mean, I'm
anything?
looking at a strong individual right here. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Cult leader can,
it's
dude.
for sure crossed my mind to start a cult, man. I thought about becoming
You
a
won't do it.
preacher for
And
a
when
long time.
when it crossed your mind, why didn't you grab it?
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the life experience or the gravity to start my own cult.
Dude,
But
when
now,
the bat
but what
sick-
you're saying is now though.
I'm saying now I am in the best
now-
position I've ever been in to start a cult. You know what I'm saying?
and it can only get better.
You have to have like, I feel like you have to go through some shit. You got to go through some life altering shit. You got to
Word.
fucking have.
You got a
like,
foundation.
You got to have an epiphany here and there.
You gotta have a few appearances on the podcast.
you
and
know-
I mean, these are checks. Just
That's
off
what I'm
the
saying,
list.
bro. If we can shout this out right now, like this might be the ground floor, like that I need.
This is the
to start-
beginning.
to get my traction going. you know
Damn,
what I'm saying?
dude. If we could put
This is
that
the
on our
beginning.
credit list,
bro.
accredited
Yeah.
of starting the
Starting
location of like
the largest cult, or
solving
just period.
homeless across the fucking planet
Yeah.
and starting
Bro.
a very successful cult at the same
Yeah.
time. What? You're just gonna have to get them to go through a few basic classes of
Yeah.
jujitsu. Just be like, look, this is what I can do to you, and I can fucking do it way better than you.
Jiu-jitsu
So
cult,
stay
dude.
in
That's
line.
the way. That's the way, huh?
Dude, and then you would just run
you
Isn't
shop.
that,
at
isn't that shit
comps.
just called Gracie Baja?
Damn, dude, she got 10.
getting deep.
But seriously, dude.
Damn,
honestly, that if you've really paid attention to some cults, that's what they do, dude.
100%.
They scoop up the stragglers, the people that feel like they have no.
Oh, for sure. They
No
just pray.
fucking-
Yeah, they just prey on people that want to believe in something, and then
Yeah.
your wife gets fucked before you know.
Dude.
That's usually what happens, dude. Did
They-
you watch the Waco documentary?
No,
Yeah,
dude.
super good,
I
right?
saw- started
Oh my
to watch
god,
it.
How
bro! It
good
is.
was that?
Oh, it's super good. It's so fucked, dude. But it is really, really fucking good. And the actor dude that played in it, the main dude, I can't remember his name, but he was in another
Hold on,
show.
the documentary. Or their
It wasn't a
show?
documentary. It was like a
It was
mini series.
Yeah.
like a 5-part series. Or
I
something.
started to
Dude.
see he has like a mullet or something.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
I think I
can't
know
remember
what
his name, dude. But it was.
He was in Friday Night Lights, like the old high school football show.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was really, really good. But in the beginning, it's like the dude, there's a couple and they've been trying to get pregnant forever, and like she
like,
can't get pregnant.
Say no more,
and
man.
then she's like, "Hey, by the way, I'm pregnant," and he's like, "But it's not my baby," and she's like, "No, it's his baby," and it's like the cult leader, and he's like, "Sorry, buddy," like, "Fuck your wife."
Every
He's like, Jesus made me
time.
do it.
Jesus
Yeah.
made me do it, man.
Yeah, dude, some gnarly shit.
So Waco was what inspired the Oklahoma City bomber. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there when they burned it down. That like kicked off a whole wave of anti-government sentiment. And if you watch that, like you check the backstory out, it's not all unreasonable either. Like that was a fucking 3-letter agency trying to make a name for themselves, trying to get promotions and shit.
Was that the ATF that did that?
Yeah, it was. It was because they got like an anonymous tip that these people were hoarding weapons inside the compound.
That's right, yeah.
And yeah, dude.
Dude, you know what I want to watch a documentary on? Georgetown.
Is that
the one with the mass suicide? It's like 1,000 people all took a shot or like
how
a drink.
crazy is that, man? Like how much
power?
Fucking power, and not even power, right? But like influence, which I guess are the same thing. But like, how much influence do you have to have as a person to convince 1,000 people to kill themselves?
Not even that much. Not
you know
even
what,
that
dude?
much. You know why?
I
Because
kind of
you gotta be just interested.
I kind of agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, also,
like in the best way, Eddie Bravo.
Also, if you're getting homeless people to join your cult, you know,
like jujitsu, if he had he would be the perfect jujitsu cult leader.
100%.
Believes it, yeah, edgy bra, because he believes in conspiracies like wholeheartedly. He can talk crazy, and you still want to listen.
But you're gonna listen though. That's the thing.
He's respectable. Like who doesn't look up to him and respect him?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that honestly.
I feel like the guys in the lineage anyway respect Eddie because of like what he's done.
Yeah.
For Nogi, for sure.
Yeah. But also he is a good person.
But I think what you're getting at is that like he's the kind of dynamic character that you could see drawing 100%. People in. Yeah. 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there's like
so in the same way, like if you were like if he asked everybody he wanted every 10th player in the school to compete in this one competition. We're fucking all bum rushing this one competition. Without a doubt, you would.
Everybody pulling off.
All this dude was doing was non-jujitsu type shit. And he's like, all right, drink this Kool-Aid. And they were like, and God said, let it be done.
And
and
all God's people said.
It's interesting though, yeah, like the kind of, because there's like, you could, if you think about it, break down the kind of traits like that this guy has that would attract people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And regardless of like what, because those things all do cater to the lowest common denominator mostly.
Yeah.
But dude, there's some people that drop careers and like successful careers and leave their families and like otherwise successful, happy, normal folk that join these cults because they cannot fucking shake like the influence of the person leading him.
Yeah.
So it's not all like I think that was the most important point out of all that was like, it's not all just desperate people that like are looking for something to join. Like I feel like part of living in a Western society is like a lot of people, because things are so easy, don't feel like they have any real purpose. Right. Yeah. And anything that offers that.
Yeah. I mean,
it's attractive.
What are the key factors of a cult? Like, promising a better life.
Yeah.
Or promising you to work for a value to bring worth to your life.
Or promising you a purpose, man.
Yeah.
And giving you know what a big one is? Giving you like a tribe.
Yeah.
And that's like a big piece.
Making you fit in that tribe too.
Correct, man. That's a big piece of what, if you read like Sebastian Junger, who wrote, he did the Restrepo documentary.
Okay.
And then he actually wrote a book called Tribe. But what he talks about is like how modern men have lost because we don't have a tribe where we fit in and like a purpose that we fit into within that tribe. He said that like we've lost a lot of like what makes men masculine, right? Which is like inarguable, right? It just is what it is. And so he was doing this documentary about Restrepo, which was about the Marines on that super far out base. It was like, I think it was the furthest out base in this one valley in Afghanistan, I believe. And how these guys, like a lot of them, they went through fucking hell out there. A lot of their buddies died. Like it was just, you can watch the documentary, but a lot of them like wanted to go back.
And it's called Restrepo?
It's called Restrepo.
Restrepo,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's interesting, man, because that's like something, it's like a common theme where people feeling like this sense of belonging to something that's bigger than themselves. Like whether it's fucking church or whether it's like we used to have that out of like our tribal groups that we existed in, and your purpose was to like protect and fucking like guarantee the future of like the people around you. Yeah. And now that you still do that through work, but it's not like the same. It doesn't fulfill the same kind of value. You know what I'm saying?
And it could be these, like, it doesn't have to be thousands and thousands of people. Like again, I know I keep going back to like jujitsu or whatnot, but like you have a crew of like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
You feel like you can take on the world.
100%. And that's everybody. I think that is such a big piece of why so many guys are starting to like really level with that side of jiu-jitsu, because I mean people look for that everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But like it jiu-jitsu as a combat sport really does sort of fill that void for a lot of people, I think, because of that. Yeah. Regardless of whether you want to compete or fucking what, you know what I'm saying? It fills that void of like of having a social contract with a bunch of people that you actually respect and
and I think why it's so like I think I brought this up last time, why it is such a like intoxicating sport is because you can't lie.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be found out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's immediate.
I can't be like I'm gonna fucking wreck Cam.
Yeah.
Well, there's an opportunity for that to come true. Like, am I or am I not?
Yeah, let's
or
see it.
Is whoever the best coach? Like, well, look at his body of work, how he's coaching, like how is his students doing? Like, yes, they may have like a good pool of talent, but like if talent doesn't have direction, it's gonna be tough, you know? Like the truth is out there on the mats. Like a football game, like maybe somebody's the best linebacker, but they're on a terrible team. So like maybe they make tackles for loss and stuff, but that's gonna be way rarer if you have a terrible team. But if you have a good team, your stats are going to be just as padded as the next best team, you know? Like, and you're going to shine even better. I don't know, but it like that tribal thing is definitely part of like what brings people to cults and
and there's a reason for that though, right? It's because these are things that are hard coded into the human genome, right? Especially if you're somebody that like you're a fucking man with testosterone. That just is part of who you are. And that's an interesting concept in itself, right? Thinking about how there's certain things because we are fucking animals, there are certain things that are just inherently part of us that you can't get rid of. You know what I'm saying? And that's like a big concept now. You talk about modern society trying to like toxic masculinity and all this crazy shit that they're talking about. All of these like grad school concepts that have started to air. They're trying to like, at least the way that I see it is they're demonizing things that are like, that go way deeper than culture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those are like inherent parts of being a human being. Yeah. You know? It's
not just making a decision. It's you being born that way. And that's been part of, you know, who you are. And,
correct. Yeah. 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 It's an interesting conversation, man. Like I was always fascinated by that. By the idea that like we're born, whether you look at fucking human beings or like any animal, they're born knowing shit. Yeah. There's certain things that animals are born knowing, which blows my mind. How?
Dude,
right?
Yeah. If you see some of these animals born in the wild, like literally pop right out and start walking.
And start doing shit.
Like,
rock,
what?
Dude.
Turtles know.
They already know.
They know to go towards the ocean.
Yeah. That's
you know what I'm saying? These are things that are ingrained for thousands of years. So to think that like in a generation, you're going to be able to strip aggression, right? Or like the need to belong to a tribal unit out of people is fucking absurd.
And then replace it with something else.
And replace it with what, right? With consumer identity or with like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, I identify with this sports team I like now. That replaces like my need to belong to like a group of people that I work hard with. Yeah. It's a really strange time for all that, man. And I think like we're in this situation where it's like one big social experiment going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a weird place right now too, because you feel like it's all kind of catching up, right? Like things are kind of like you're getting these like you're thinking about these things like you're talking about, like you're not supposed to be able to just strip that away. But then you have these other people saying, no, that's easy, you can do that. And then like, so you're caught in this weird fucking back and forth between what you think and what you're hearing other people think.
And you know what I think you're seeing now, man? I think you're seeing a resurgence of people that are breaking away from like what's popular, right? Like people that are making a return towards like not having social media and like getting out of listening to like fucking mass media about everything and all of this shit. Like I know that was my natural reaction to all of it. Is like we had, because how old are you? What are you?
22.
You're 22.
Yeah.
He's
So
a baby.
you've never not known technology. Like you came up with.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I remember as a kid like dial up and shit.
Yeah.
But like that's fucking. But I mean, like we had a computer when we were,
Yeah,
like when I was
we didn't have
younger.
computers.
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like
We were like the last, because you're my age, right?
Yeah, I'm 30.
Okay, I'm 29.
I'll be 31 in like.
so same age.
Yeah, I mean 30 is like a milestone. Like
Yeah.
like quite a bit older
Yeah.
for sure.
Well,
Getting up
quite a bit. I mean,
there. No, but
I mean, damn.
but anyway, no. So we're definitely part of that era, like that final era.
Yeah.
Where like we spent the first maybe 7 years of our lives,
Yeah.
like, maybe up to 10, depending on how much money your parents had.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know fucking computers existed when I was born. I didn't know, and they did, but they were like the size of a fucking room.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like
Not-
they existed.
Yeah.
they weren't like
Nobody
the-
had them.
Yeah. They weren't like,
But they were real.
fucking, yeah. They.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they weren't like ubiquitous, but it didn't take long, right?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I was a kid in elementary school, we had the old ass Mac computers at school in the computer lab, and that was all anybody had.
Yeah.
So once like we would go in there and just trip out on whatever games or whatever we were playing, and then we'd be done and like we'd be over it, right? We'd go in there for like an hour, and people would be getting tired of that shit.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "All right, I want to go fucking play outside."
Dude, I fucking remember the pinball game where it was like,
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
colors. I was like, dude, fucking colors on this.
Yeah,
thing.
it's
That's
crazy, right?
crazy, dude.
But we were the last era of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we went through this shift where it went from like popping up and like, okay, now if you had money, you had like a video game system or you had a computer, and then to ubiquity, which is where we're at now, where you have a fucking supercomputer in your pocket. But I feel like there's a movement now. I don't think it's like widespread, but I feel like people are starting to recognize that it's not all positive, and like making the shift back towards like some aspect of the old. You know what I'm saying?
It's making us weaker. It's giving us like a crutch being born this way.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you can see the strength of the individuals nowadays. I mean,
No, 100%.
it's like making them weak. Like they're not as tough. Like I remember back in the day, like my grandpa was in World War II and he got shot and came home.
Yeah.
Like, but like there was no. I mean, they were so tough. It was like no laughing, no crying, no facial expressions,
100%.
nothing. But they were like he was such a tough fucking dude.
Oh yeah. Well,
And
that's
now
the
look
thing.
at like who like people born nowadays when they become grandparents,
Oh, dude.
yeah. Even
they're just gonna be like a jar of fucking mayonnaise.
you can look at like the old. Something that's really interesting is you look at the old like physical education videos from like the 50s of how the kids were jacked.
Yeah.
Right. And that was
bunch of yous running
dude,
around.
and they were like the PE back then was like high level.
Yeah,
Like,
it was fucking
it's
rope.
like most
climb.
people
Yeah.
couldn't do it today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had like an
hell
hour and a
no.
half, 2 hours of physical education every day, and all the kids were just crushing it. Even the small kids were still just jacked, crushing the calisthenics. Right?
Yeah.
Dude. Please show me what the kids would look like today trying to do that.
I'm pretty sure you can opt out of any physical
Oh,
education
100%.
in certain schools.
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, I remember when I went to high school, you could only do like, and this was news to me, you could only do like 4 electives like through your whole high school of PE. So me not knowing that, and they didn't explain that to me, first year I took 3. Because I was like, I'm going to do like whatever I have to do. And then I get to pick 3 more?
Yeah.
Well, fucking load that bitch up with PE, dude.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
love doing shit.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
love doing shit.
I had-
Volleyball's sick, bro.
Dude, I had fucking weightlifting, like beginner's weightlifting, right?
Yeah.
And then one was like regular PE, and then I think another one was like,
Beginners weightlifting classes are the funniest thing in the world, dude.
Dude, they are.
It's like it's like a football coach that shouldn't be there trying to teach kids how to clean and jerk. Like it's the
dude,
funniest.
I hate to say, but that's exactly what it was. And then my third one, I don't know what the name of the PE class was, but all we did was walk the track, but not like regular walk. Our PE coach was a football coach, but he was like a speed walker.
Uh-huh.
Dude's calves were bigger than anybody you ever fucking met in
Yeah.
your life. I mean, looked like fucking whale hearts on just his legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Veiny
and I
sons
did
of
all
guns.
3 of them. The next year, they're like, all right, you only have 1 left. And I was like, 1 left? What do you mean? I have like 3 available spots. Like, I want to do
Load
3
that
again.
shit up.
They're like, you have 1 left for your whole high school career.
Yeah, they're like, nah, Playboy.
and I was like,
burn
what do you
yourself.
mean 1 left?
What you supposed to do the rest of the
Yeah,
time?
what am I
bro?
going to do the next 2 years?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you want me to take?
I just had to fucking take ASL.
Oh, okay.
I know this, like,
Nice, dude.
my name, like, I know how to spell. I can't read what you're saying to me.
Yeah,
like,
don't even
fucking,
try.
that's a wash, so don't try to talk to me.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm better than you. It's just because I'm fucking dumber than you. Okay? So it's just I don't, yeah. But yeah, I don't get that. Like, it should be like, I get that they want us to have an education, but, like, you need to have the opportunity to do that more than, like, they just should have spaced it out. I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
I'm still upset.
I'm not thinking about it still.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
No, man. It's weird. Today's
It really makes you
Generations.
think, like, dude, it's only been like 1 real generation since us to him, maybe, and then maybe the next one is
well,
like,
dude, but that's the
but,
thing is
but,
that
but just think like 100 years from now, are they gonna be born like plugged into something? Like, where the fuck is this going?
Well, I'll tell you one trend.
Cam's
that,
cult.
yeah.
That's where this is going.
I'll tell you one trend that is real that you can look up. You can look up the numbers on this. You know, I'm not going to spit shit out.
He's like, I watched a documentary called The Matrix.
Nah, check it out. If you look at the one of the big things that's like the reason for what we're talking about right now, which is like just a general softening of society.
Yeah.
Like outside of the cultural aspects is like across the board decreases in testosterone. It's wild, man. I think it's
Is that based off of anything? Like, do they have a
a
what
lot
is-
of environmental factors, right? So we have a lot more chemicals nowadays that are hormone disruptors. There's a super interesting female scientist on Joe Rogan like a month or 2 ago that was talking about these things called phthalates. It was basically like, to get briefly into it, hormone disruptors are anything that like get into your body and basically mimic your own hormones and shut off your own production, right? It's like your body recognizes certain chemicals that have a similar molecular structure, and that can shut down your own production, right? And it's in like one of the big things in the South is this stuff called atrazine, which is a like a commercial fertilizer that runs off in the water and isn't easily filtered out. And then you have just a ton of other things and plastics and all that. But the point is that like if you compare our testosterone levels across the board for our generation to like our grandparents, it's like a 40 or 50% decrease that they've seen, if not more, from like your standard levels, right? Just like you doing nothing, not being on TRT, just like, and so, but it makes sense, right? It's super interesting because if you look at what young people look like today versus what they looked like, you can look at pictures and tell that and it's not a fake thing. Like testosterone controls what your face looks like, right?
Yeah.
It's a legit fucking thing, dude. So there's like cultural and environmental factors that are responsible for what's happened to like men and young kids today. But I think like what we were talking about, I've started to see, at least anecdotally, like this resurgence towards people like rejecting the softness and that shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting their kids into stuff like jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? People still like wanting their sons to like be fucking men, grow up to be men.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, man, coming from a place like California where it was so, I was on like the California public education system is like a fucking testing ground for all of these ideas. You know what I'm saying? Where they're like, all right, well, we need to make this change because it's progressive. So let's just see what happens. And that's what they do it out there, and it flows like to other parts of the country. You know, it's like woke HQ. Yeah. So like you see it. I started to see all that shit back in the day, like where they were telling us like as youngins, if you fight back in a fight, you're gonna get expelled from school. Stuff like that. It was like they started soft, and then it leads into other stuff like, okay, nobody has to take PE now because it makes kids feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No more locker rooms. We're not going to change for PE. Wear whatever you want. Like all of this shit, like it starts,
Yeah.
and then and stuff that seems benign at first turns into these bigger and bigger things, and now you have
across the nation.
yeah,
it's
across
like,
the board.
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, man.
Yeah, I did notice while I was at school, like in the time frame of me being at school, in our high school, they stopped, like if somebody were to jump somebody, everyone is out. Not just the people jumping someone.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
Yeah, 100%.
Including the dude getting his ass beat.
Yeah. And I'm like, how does that make sense?
Whether
like, I remember me and my buddy Tyler, like, we weren't involved in a fight or anything, but we were egging people. I mean, we're pranking people, okay? But we would get to the top of the stairs, and it would go up like, I don't even know, like this, and then it would immediately come back up. Mm-hmm. But at the top, there was like a look over.
You get that shit down.
Yeah, so we got like an 18-pack and just fucking
drop
drop the whole thing down.
Yeah,
oh, like real
and
eggs.
then, like real eggs, like, fucking...
Hard-boiled eggs filled with concrete.
No, they were fucking...
Oh, okay. Okay.
And we would just fucking... But they were our friends, Yeah, but that was like the last year, because that was our freshman year. That was the last year before they started expelling people for shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like, we got suspended for a week.
Oh, from the egging ordeal?
But, like, the very next year, people were doing, like lower level shit, and they would get expelled, or just like, hey, you can't come here no more. Do it at home.
Dude, I just heard this going on. I was in shit was wild, man. I was at Derek Overby's gym. Yeah. And I was listening to this kid kind of vent to somebody there. He was new to the jiu-jitsu class, he's a young kid, probably in junior high or high school. And he was venting, man, and he was talking about how he's getting his ass beat at school. And about like how he wants to do something, but the staff there is telling him, oh, well, if they start punching you, just put your arms up and push them away. I was like, we've hit like peak pussy now, man. Yeah,
where it's a complete rat.
Yeah, they're saying where they're telling you to just take an ass beating and just push people away, or you're gonna get suspended too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's what honestly like low key scares me, because like the way I was raised, my dad raised me the way he was raised, right? And he was raised with like, all right, go pick your switch. You're getting your shit kicked in. Right. Like you fucked up at school or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you get spankings, bro. You get your ass beat.
There's levels to this,
bro. We
used to buy paddles and drill holes in them.
Yeah,
so it goes quicker.
Yeah, no.
You said you paused for a second. You like.
We used to. It was like one of those. No, it was one of those. Go
hidden memories came back.
Go pick one of your fucking. Go pick a branch outside. Or I'll just use the belt. You know what I'm saying? Or shit like that. And like, so I was kind of raised under that whole thing, right? So, but what scares the shit out of me?
It's checks and balances. Like you do something, there's a equal.
And I would not change a single thing about the way I was raised, because I think because that's the way why I am the way I am now, right?
I'd change a few things. About you, I mean, I'm good. I came out all right.
You okay?
I mean, look at
I'm good.
You look great. But it's shit like that where it's like, dude, you can only raise your kids so much because they go to fucking school. They're around other people that are, maybe being raised different ways, and like, so it's like shit like that scares the fuck out of me about raising a family in a time that's like this. It's like
definitely, man.
It makes you wonder, dude. Who would even be able to tell like what the factor would be? But like, are we living now in the most influential time of ever? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a hard thing to gauge, but it seems like social media influences people to an extreme amount. But, like, war influenced people to an extreme amount. Like, when my grandpa was a kid. Yeah. Like, he went immediately into the military. Like, and was in it for almost his whole fucking life.
The thing is that back then, as a child, or, like, as a young person, you just didn't have access to the sheer volume of information, right? Like I think it's like we take in 100 times the information in 1 hour these days as like what our grandparents took in a whole week or a month or something like that.
Or a fucking year, depending on where you live,
Could
dude.
be, right?
Yeah.
Because you can, so it's like you didn't have all of these other things having so much influence on your brain as a child back then. You had your parents, maybe a newspaper, right? And
Yeah,
like,
and they
the
could have
people
told you anything.
the people around you.
Yeah.
And for better or worse, right? Like
Yeah.
if you were raised in a place like, you know, you had bad parents, then all you knew was that.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But at the same time, like, dude, the sheer volume of information that to try and process as a kid now, if you have a smart device, you know what I'm saying? Like, what your parents say may not mean shit to you.
Yeah.
In a year, you know what I'm saying? Because
Which is crazy.
because
crazy,
yeah,
right?
because they're just like, you're dumb as shit. I can find out everything I need to know right now.
whatever the
Like,
fuck I want to know.
my God.
I know more than you know right now.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
like-
8 and you're fucking 45.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. Also,
That's insane,
also the way that
dude.
things are structured nowadays, that 8-year-old might be making more than that 45-year-old, depending on what that 8-year-old does.
Certainly possible.
Dude, it like fucking Ryan from Ryan's World. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that toy kid.
Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Like that is just like astronomical. Like that dude is all over fucking Target, Walmart, fucking YouTube. And name any fucking place you can get toys. Amazon, like
His
dude's-
parents are cashing in too, though, man. You
Yeah,
know,
his parents are doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
dude.
bad.
What's
They're
up?
just kicking back and being like, "Go ahead, boy."
Yeah.
But they're also like orchestrating all that, and that's part of like a that just never existed back in the day. Like they never profited off kids really back in the day. Like maybe like a Gerber ad or Oshkosh,
Yeah.
like children's things.
Yeah, you had to pimp your kid out as an actor back in the day.
Yeah, and it's like cool. That was like a thing.
And that's like 1 in a million type thing.
Right,
But
right,
nowadays,
Yeah.
it's like,
it's like little Johnny's got like a fucking OnlyFans now. Like
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
whoa, now.
that's wild.
Damn,
I
son.
mean, you can
Okay.
sub this month. It's only $12.99.
Jesus Christ. Damn,
It's
boy.
crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah, shit's different, eh? So, what else do you guys got coming up, man? What's the fucking... Now that we've hit big triple dig,
Dude.
where are we going from here, baby?
where are we going from here?
You guys got any big prospect guests coming up? Anything crazy like that?
Oh,
I know you
Bro,
do.
did you see the glove, by the way?
Yeah,
You know
Well-
whose signature that is?
I don't know.
Why don't you take a guess?
I mean, I looked. I don't
Take a
read
guess.
signature.
Take a guess.
I
Who you
mean,
think-
is that
who-
RJJ? Oh,
My
Lord.
boy.
Roy
Yeah.
Jones
Damn, is
Jr.
that courtesy of
glove.
Casey? or
Roy.
what?
No, that was actually a fucking that was a gift from my boss when I turned 21. He's like, I can't remember if his wife's cousin knows Louis Bear. I can't remember the exact thing, but they used to do a bunch of like fucking Louis Bear Louis Bear used to sponsor all of Roy Jones fights here. And
That's,
so he
that's
had
a firm, isn't it?
Louis Bear
Law
is
firm?
like a Budweiser company, I think.
Oh,
Louis Bear Distributors.
Yeah, we have a firm that's like Lewis something here. Sorry.
But they were doing like a promotional fight or
That's
something
dope.
like that, and he got him to sign a couple pairs of boxing gloves, and
Yeah.
he gave my boss one, and then like he was like, "Oh, I found these in the garage like a year ago," and I was like, "Oh, I thought you'd like these for your birthday," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
That's wild.
Sick.
So he gave me those for my 21st birthday.
Really,
which
he
is
just
tight.
went to Walmart and then he was like, "I'm gonna scribble some shit on that."
Some shit on
And he's gonna buy
That'd be
it.
fucked.
I mean,
Yeah, that'd be super
he's
fucked.
he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, how is he gonna
Wow.
know?
you know, yeah. So that's pretty.
What's
exciting.
up with the Coke bottle? I was gonna ask that too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a cool like.
Well,
Olympic
it was
thing.
cool. It's cool because my little sister actually got it for her first like college trip. She went up because she just went up to
Elena.
no, she went to Southern Union Community College
Okay.
in
Because
Alabama.
Coke is in Atlanta. I thought that's
Well,
where you were
just
going.
let me tell the story.
That's
You
fine.
gonna let me finish? Or you just gonna keep interrupting?
I'm gonna keep
You
going.
I got my boy right here. What's up, dog?
Is he your boy though?
That's my boy.
Okay. 'Cause
Anyway.
we got the same.
I mean,
He goes. I'm gonna have to pick and choose now, dude.
But she found that at a flea market or something. But it's cool because my parents went to the 1996 Olympics that were in Atlanta, and I have a windbreaker from there that my dad bought when he was like fucking 30, that I have at his house, and so she saw that and thought I would like that. So that's pretty cool.
So your dad's like 60?
Yeah, my dad's really fucking old.
I didn't know he was that old. I just saw him the other day. I was
Yeah, no, he's
If I knew he was 60, I would have been like, "Hey, man, it's been good
Yeah,
knowing
dude,
you." I
you
mean,
look
shit, dude.
good. You look good.
Your time's coming.
But yeah, so just adding some shit to the table, dog.
Yeah, man. I mean, big guest coming up. I mean,
it's cool if you don't, dude. I'm just shooting the shit here.
no, I mean, we're
We're in
definitely
the
looking.
Process.
Yeah, we're in the process of talks
Yeah,
with some
yeah.
people, but
I'm trying to make some things happen for sure.
Yeah.
But
Dope, man.
yeah, fuck yeah, man. It's good shit.
yeah, man. What else you got going on?
I'm gonna do Trey's super fight bracket, or I guess it's not a bracket. It's just it's just a super fight. I'm gonna try to get in on one of those.
Yeah, dude, I've seen you posting about the.
That was for Derek's.
Yeah.
Dude.
I saw.
Let me tell you. Let me just take a second.
Dude,
to tell
Derek
you.
was talking for you.
100%.
Yeah,
Derek was like,
I watched this.
Yeah,
too.
dude. I was like, fucking
He's
talk
like,
that
if
shit,
anybody
dude.
knows, man.
The thing is, man, like you can only do so much, you know. Like we
Yeah.
put the word out, put money up. Like if nobody wants the match, nobody wants the match, man. You know. And I really wanted no time limit. That's what I really wanted. And like to find guys, because Eddie's rule is that there's no 10th Planet super fights. So like there are guys like no time limit shit.
Yeah.
So to find a guy outside of like our system that's game for it is like tough already.
Yeah.
And then, but it is what it is, man. I'll be able. That's kind of what I was talking about with branching out. Like I'm gonna start going a little bit further south, a little bit further west, whatever, and trying to find some matches like that.
I know you'll have a relationship with Fight to Win.
Yeah, we've had like Darby and Pat on there. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying, honestly, man. At this point, like, I'm taking whatever comes up. The only thing is, I'm not gonna travel to Texas to do a Naga, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna go out there, it's gonna be because I either can get a super fight or I can get like on a Fight to Win card or something like that, like something that's reasonable, you know, or there's a money bracket or something. Yeah. But yeah, not to just like pay to do a local tournament or something like that.
Dude, it'd be cool to get on like a fucking, like Flow Grappling has so many different fucking things on there, but like Kasai back in the day used to be big in New York, and they used to do like tournaments where you could win your way into like one of the Kasai Amen tournaments.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what my next one.
I wonder what happened.
The next one I'm gonna do for sure is finishers.
Okay.
Up in Pennsylvania.
Dope.
Yeah. They do that at 10th Planet Bethlehem, and that's a fucking gangster tournament, man.
Now, are we gonna be able to watch that like live, or is that gonna be?
Yeah, they stream that live.
Okay, what's that on?
I forget if they stream it on their own or if it's on one of the smaller platforms or what. But I know that they do stream the finisher stuff. They may do it straight through like the 10th Planet Bethlehem YouTube, but it's always pretty good quality. So I'm kind of I'm surveying the options, man. I'll do local tournaments until big stuff comes up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm going to do that super fight with Trey if he can find me a match. And then I gave up on trying to find one with Derek.
You should try, and I don't know the levels that's on it, but you know Brandon, how he does the PGF?
Yeah.
Is that for only like a certain level?
No, it's all levels, but it's a weight thing. Dude, I would have to remove my leg to make 170. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cutting right now to 199. It fucking sucks. So, like, 185 is probably the lowest I could get. Yeah. And I think this season, it's like a 175 bracket. There's no fucking way.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no way. I'm interested in doing that at some point. If not, like, you know, there's black and brown belts in there. So, like, I'm not deceiving myself, but like I wouldn't mind going up and fucking kicking it around, you know.
I mean,
what it is.
I go against. We have a few wrestlers at Panacea that are just like so fucking hard to just hold. And like maybe their jiu-jitsu level isn't on the level of like mine or like other people, but they're just hard to fucking hold.
Yeah, just the
like there's some people that just have such good anti-jiu-jitsu technique, like
yeah.
And I mean, when you're no-gi and you get wet, it's fucking hard to hold somebody if they're not wearing like it's fucking terrible.
Why you think I compete shirtless, baby?
Hey,
come on.
But yeah, man, you got Copa this weekend, which is going to be exciting.
It'll be Copa this weekend, and then, you know, I mean, on the off chance that somebody steps up, I'll have a match that following weekend. Then it'll be Trey's, and then I got a match I got a super fight in Panama City at like the Beach City Beatdown or something like that. It's called. I can't remember what it's called.
Who's throwing that? Do you know?
I don't know. That's the name of the promotion. Something like that. It's like Beach City Brawl or like Beatdown at the Beach or something like that. Word. So I have one out there, and then whatever else comes up, man. You know, I'm just trying to take literally any match I can get. Yeah, anything. Like,
Damn, you heard it here first to our triple dig subscribers, bro.
All 100.
If y'all know.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know a blue belt in the South.
What is
Let 'em
like
know.
your ultimate goal in jiu-jitsu? Like, do you have one, or are you just having fun right now and then you're gonna figure it out later? Because, like, if you would ask me at blue, like, I was like, man, own my own gym one day, and like,
You ever seen Gladiator?
have I ever seen the
You ever
movie
seen
Gladiator?
Gladiator?
No.
You haven't seen that? You ever seen
No.
Gladiator with You have.
Russell Crowe?
Really?
Russell Crowe?
Damn, dude. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
All right, never mind.
That's a dude with the motorcycle and he's got a flaming head.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
That's
there's like
the
demon
one.
I haven't
bikers and
seen
shit.
that at all.
Yeah, he's got like a chain that's
I haven't
on
even
fire
seen
and
that
shit.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same guy from National Treasure. That's him.
Yeah.
That's the
Fuck,
one.
what's his name?
Yeah, I can't remember, dude. He's been in just a ton of good
So
films.
Vin
much
Diesel?
shit. I
Yeah.
think it.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah. That's right.
Word.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it, dude.
Anyway, to answer
I
your
even
question,
want-
man, I don't have like. It's really I'm just trying to climb the ranks and compete at the highest level that I can for right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't have like trials or anything like that on my mind because I'm a year into jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't want to fucking be pretentious and sit here and say like that I'm ready for shit that I'm not. But
I'm laughing in the video.
I saw you look at that.
yeah,
That video is
that dude got
fucked,
that dude
dude.
got spiked.
Fuck.
But
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're
Of
good,
all
dude. You're
time.
good. Yeah, it's I'm kind of taking it as it goes, man. And like I said, I just want to keep taking tougher and tougher matches and putting money on the line and just like testing myself, you know.
Word.
And I don't have any plans on like slowing down. Like as soon as I can get on, you know, fight to win, I'm gonna try to turn that into whatever else I can get on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want to continue to compete at like the highest level I can, take pro brackets, all that shit. So whatever I can find, man. You know?
I hate to break it to you, but that's the wrong answer.
Good.
What I was looking for, and I like lobbed it up to you. A cult.
Oh fuck, dude.
I mean, we have studied you this whole time to like
this
instill into you.
whole pod.
I mean, I could not. I mean,
I don't know what else you could have done.
subliminal.
Yeah,
I
that
got
was-
you.
bringing
that was
it.
a
I mean,
softball for
I knew
sure.
where
It
you
was
were
a
going.
softball.
That was a softball.
I was like,
Underhanded,
ultimate.
underhanded, bro. Underhanded, dude.
Yeah.
Slow pitch.
Damn,
I was
put it
like,
on the
for
tee.
sure.
I literally said, "Here it comes."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair, man. I mean, that's definitely not off the fucking table, as I said. Like, you know, you asked me in jiu-jitsu. Like, you didn't ask me my big goal, like, period. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
true.
true.
That's very true.
That's true.
Yeah.
I see the
Not
loopholes
life.
you're doing.
Not
You're,
life.
you're playing the same thing
Trying
I'm
to
playing.
do
Some
this.
You're
mental
dancing the
gymnastics,
same
man.
way I
That's what I'm
am.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Well,
I respect
Yeah.
it.
dude, we love having you on.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
absolutely fucking love having you on. Like, I don't know if we're gonna have a rule about how many times we have people on. I don't fucking know.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
But
Hey, you
you're
know what?
you're one of the all-star teams, baby.
Dude, I appreciate
You
it.
made it.
I appreciate it.
First team.
You're gonna have to keep texting him, but
First team all body.
all
Oh,
body.
body, boy.
All body. But
Do you guys have somebody else coming in? You gonna kick me out
Yeah.
again? Do you?
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Both of us are about to throw your ass out of here.
Yeah,
Are
what's
you?
up,
It's
dog?
do
gonna
like
take.
that.
It's gonna take.
It's a
He's gonna-
three-man
he's-
bracket.
We just pick up the couch with him like this, holding onto the couch.
Yeah, he's like, you're not getting me off this couch.
No.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
not even a fucking couch. Dude. We're gonna throw your ass out the
Yeah,
window.
this is a futon.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
good,
dude.
man. I love coming on and shooting the shit with you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Good shit, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue my little journey, and if anybody wants to follow it, you know, at Deck Poppy,
Yeah.
right? And then I got a little side project going on too, shooting some photography stuff for anyone that's interested down in Gulf Shore. So that's at vision.ph. I'll plug that on my stuff. So
Word.
that's all I got, man. I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah,
I
Oh
always,
yeah,
dude.
dude. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah,
coming and
bro.
hanging out, man. For,
sure,
real.
man. For sure.
It's been good shit, dude.
Yeah, we still got to talk a lot more shit about fishing too, man.
Dude, I know. I didn't even bring up how
Yeah.
long we got. What are we at right now?
Yep, we're over.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, it's done.
No,
Yeah,
it's fine.
no.
For sure.
No,
Anytime,
I'm just gonna.
dude, I would just say this. Anytime we send out the bad signal, you answer, dude. And that's just who you are.
I'm here, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Reliable.
always game for it. Like,
Yeah.
I love
fucking
coming
love
on and
you
talking
for it,
shit,
you know?
For sure.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
All right.
Well, good shit, man. Well, again, thank you for coming and hanging out. We appreciate it for real. Thank
sure.
you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're gonna get the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee yee.